My name is Anjali. I'm a rising senior in Basis Independent Fremont. And some things about me, my favorite color is blue. So everything I own is blue. You know, people always say, Anjali, when will you stop wearing fancy blue stuff? You know, it's my favorite color. I can't stop. Another thing about me is that I actually founded a foundation called Vital Squad, where we teach children how to do CPR. So I started this because my father had a cardiac arrest, and you know, I was the only one at home. My mom was in India. I didn't really know what to do. And I was thinking, you know, a lot of kids could be put in this situation. I don't want them to be helpless like me. So this is what inspired me to start Vital Squad to do these presentations. Okay, so let's get started. So, who knows how to do CPR? Okay, so hopefully by the end of this, everyone will know how to do CPR. Okay, so the first steps of CPR aren't the actual CPR part. So, do you know what to do first?
Like make sure
Really close, that's the second step. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check the scene. You know, we don't wanna get hurt ourselves. We don't want ourselves to get hurt. We don't want two people to be injured. So check the scene if anything is safe. So what are we seeing right now? Okay, this guy is just on the floor. So the scene looks pretty safe. And then you're correct. The next thing we do is we check for responsiveness. So, okay, we're gonna come here. Usually a person would have legs.
Right.
So we tap their feet and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, do you need help? Do you need assistance? Because what could happen is they could attack you, essentially, if you come too close to their upper body. So yeah, are you in need of help? And if they don't respond, that's when we would essentially start CPR and call for help. You know, I wouldn't say that you yourself should call 911, but if people are around, then yeah, definitely ask them to call 911, and it's better to definitely like point the person out, like you with the blue shirt, you with the yellow shirt, like call 911 please. Okay, and then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna start the steps to CPR. So, are you awake? Are you responsive? Clearly not. So, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna lie him on a flat area. So this is pretty flat. And then we're gonna put both of our hands in this formation, like intertwine our fingers. And then right here, right on his chest, is where we're gonna start CPR. So, yeah, about 2 inches deep is how far we should be compressing into the chest. And it should be 100 to 100 compressions each time. 100 to 120, sorry. Okay, so yeah, can we start?
You guys say,
Yeah, so we should do that. You know, I think people know the song Staying Alive. That's a good song. Or, you know, Baby Shark. Baby Shark also has the same beats per minute. Okay, and as we're seeing here, if anyone has a chance to practice on a dummy, right here you see that red light, right? That means that it's not compressing enough. You might want to go a bit lower, like right here. And then, yeah, really push in deep. See, there we go. That's a green light now, so she's doing this really great. Okay, and then once we're done with 100 to 120 compressions, we're gonna do like a chin tilt technique. You see this? His head can go back. And then we're gonna do 2 rescue breaths. Each rescue breath should be a second long. So you don't have to do this, but you go in, breathe for a second, like breathe into their mouth. It can't be like a birthday candle. You're not blowing out a birthday candle, but you're breathing into this person. And what you should be seeing, it does work on this doll, but what you should be seeing is that their chest right here should be lifting up. Like their chest should be rising. And then we do it again, we do the compressions, 100 to 120, and then we do 2 rescue breaths again. And we keep going until we see signs of life just starting CPR immediately. If there are parents around, we'd be asking for permission to start CPR. And then what we do is we tilt ourselves at an angle, and then right below the nipple line, we hold, if this guy were an infant, he'd be smaller. So we hold them right here, and then we compress with 2 thumbs. Okay, and the same thing, 100 to 120, but we should be pressing 1.5 inches deep. And then same thing, 2 rescue breaths for a second long. So those are the steps to CPR. I hope we all know how to do CPR now. I want to ask, does anyone else want to try? Or any questions?
I can try.
Okay, yeah, come on. So the first step is check your surroundings. Okay.
Ask if he's okay.
Yeah, he's not responding at the moment, so he needs CPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what you're going to be pressing it with is the ball, kind of your hand.
Oh, the pump, okay.
Yeah, a little bit faster. You know the song Stay Alive, right? Oh, there we go. See, these 2 green lights, the 2 green lights that were showing up, they meant that like you were doing really good.
Oh.
Like he was being saved. So yeah, this is really cool. This is CPR in action, you know? And this is very different doing it from a dummy to doing it from a real person. Like obviously like ribs are gonna get broken, but you're ultimately saving a life. So I would ask not to be too scared, but you know, fear is inevitable. Like we can't change that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, does anyone else want to try or you know?
I did it last time.
Yeah, you were really good at it. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.